Now we'll try to print our document. You can print your document by going to File option and then click on Print, or you can use the keyboard shortcut key as Ctrl P, which will open the print options directly. Yeah. So let's explore by going to the File of menu. Click on Print. Here's the new window this will open up. You can see the sheet which is available on your Google file or Google spreadsheet. Right now it is showing the current page. So this is our current page. This is here our second page. So whichever page you are on, it will show the current page first. Yes. On the right hand side, you will find the various options which you can play with to get a better print of the data that you have. So let's explore the options one by one. On the right hand side, the first option is of print, which will help you to select the page. So if I select current sheet, it will show me the current sheet, which is already the option right now. If you click on workbook, it will show me all the sheets that are available in your workbook. Next is selected cells. Now for that I need to go back. So I'll just cancel this as of now. I'll select only this cells from A to D. Then I'll click on File, say Print. From the Print option, I'll select Selected Cells. So you can see the cells which I had selected has appeared on this particular sheet. Rest other things are ignored. So if I go to current sheet, it will show me the entire data. But if I say selected cells, it will show me the only data which I had selected while going for the print option. So just ignore this, keep the page as current sheet. Now there is one more option that I want you to check. If you go to headers and footers, you will see the page number. You cannot add page numbers, since you can see you can add page numbers here. It shows one, but if you have multiple sheets, so if I select workbook, it will align your numbers accordingly. It's one. I'll just create a bigger image wherein you can see. So in the footer you can see the page number 1 and then 2. So let's keep this as workbook so that we can explore multiple pages. Yeah. Next is the selection. So which sheets you want to select. So if you select workbook, then we get an option to select sheets from multiple sheets that you have on your workbook. So if I select current sheet, see the selection option goes off if I select the current sheet. See, there is no option to select sheets. So I keep it as workbook, there you get a selection to get your sheets. Next, if you go to paper size, there are various paper size options on which you want to get your print. So if I say tabloid, it will adjust the sheets accordingly. Currently I'll keep it as A4 size, which is a normal size for all offices. Yeah. If you want to see the output in a landscape manner, so you can see this is the landscape format. I just make it a little smaller so that actually explore. Okay, this is the landscape format. So if I change it to portrait, you can see it increases by length. So again, I'll make it smaller a bit so you can see what kind of changes are happening. Make it pretty more smaller if possible. No. Yeah. Make it A3 size a bit smaller. A5 looks much smaller. No. Okay. So if you see, I make it landscape now. Portrait, landscape. So you can see the difference in which the page has been picked when you are taking the printout. So it's as in a horizontal manner or a vertical manner in which you want the printout to come on your printer paper. Yeah. Scaling is to fit the data, how you want to fit the data on the sheet. So if you want to keep it 100% normal, you will see fit to width, so it will fit it to the width. If you want to fit it to height, so it will fit it to height, but then some of the columns you may miss. So I usually the good practice is to fit it to width, which helps to get the entire data on the sheet. You can fit it to page, which is again the same option as fitted to width in terms of small data if you have. Yeah. So if I fit it to width, you can actually see those options on the second sheet. So if I fit it to width once again, so if I say fit it to page, you can see the entire data has been fitted onto one page. But if I say fit it to width, you'll see the same data has been split it across multiple sheets, and this width it got fitted into the width which is available on the paper. Yeah. So right now I'll keep it as fitted to page. Yeah. So the entire data fits on one page. Now margins. So the next option is margins. So if I want to have narrow margins, yeah, if I want to have normal margins, or if I want to have a custom numbered margin, so it will give me an option wherein I can move this margin. So if I want this right margin to be a little bit smaller, yeah, I also want the left margin to be a little bit smaller. I want the top margin to go a bit up, or the footer margin to go a bit down. So I can always explore it. Yeah, I can adjust it as per my own convenience. Yeah, so this is custom margin. So this is how you adjust your page margin to fit onto your, so that you have the maximum data fitted onto the page on which you are going to print this data. Yeah, pretty clear. Landscape, portrait, margins. So what we have explored till now, what kind of printouts that we can pull, or how we can customize our printouts as per our requirement. So we checked how we can print the entire workbook or a current sheet or a selected cells which I want to print. Or if I have selected a workbook, I can have some sheet selected or some sheet not selected. Yeah. I can adjust my paper size as per the printout size that I have. I can make the printout to come on a landscape or a portrait. I can fit the data as per height, width, or the entire page, or I can have a custom margin set for myself. Yeah. Same, I can have margins as normal margins, I can have narrow margins, or I can have wide margins. So you can see the gap between the margin and the data has widened. So if I keep a narrow margin, you can see this. Further, if I make it custom margin, I can adjust the margins as how I like. So this was the print layout. Now let's understand the formatting option which is available. Yeah. So there are grids which are available. I'll just change it to normal as of now. Yeah, and I'll expand this to show this formatting options a little better. So you can see the grids which are available between numbers, the lines that are the gray lines that are available to distribute the various columns that we have and has to be printed. So I can remove those grids. You can see the grids have disappeared. If there are any notes on your sheets, yeah, we'll explore how to add notes on your sheets. But if there are notes on your sheet, those can be added as well. So let me add a note. So suppose I add a note here. Okay, I say insert note and I'll say hi. This is a sample note. Yes. Now if I go to print and I say formatting, show notes. You can see this note appears here. So this is how you can see if there are various notes which have been added at various interval or various cells, you can print those notes as well. Yeah. Let's down then over. So this is how your printout will come when you are when you're trying to print it. Yeah. So I'll just keep all workbook. Yes, the notes appears at the last. I'll say down then over and see. Yes. So this is how the page order will come. Yeah. So it will go down and then to the next page, or it will go over and then down. So if you have multiple pages, these options are great to explore, or it is just an option you can check in. Yeah. Next is the alignment. So suppose I want all this data to be center aligned, left aligned. You can see here, right aligned, or you can say center aligned. So right now it is center aligned. Let me make it a little smaller so that we can see. I'll keep selected cells. Current sheet, current workbook. I'll say fit to page. Okay, this sounds good. If I go down, okay, we can see on this, the changes can be seen on this. So if I go here, I say left. So you can see the data has moved to left. If I go to right, the data goes to right. This is how I align my data, how I want it to be printed on the page. If I keep it at center, the data will be centered while getting a print of it on the page. Same way, if you see this data, I can adjust it at the bottom, you can see this way, or at the top, if I want to write notes below the data or something like that, or center, just if you want to write both above and below. Or you can use the empty spaces for giving some good comments on the data that is available. This was formatting option. Next is the headers and footers. So there are various things that you can do with headers and footers. Right now I've just kept all the options open, but we'll explore all the options one by one. So I'll check the page numbers. So you can add page numbers. You can see this page numbers 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I can have my workbook title. Workbook title will appear on the left hand upper corner. So you can see the workbook title. So that is my worksheet. I love Google Sheets. So that has come here. So if I want to add the sheet name, so my sheet name was my sheet name was sheet 6, which is appearing on the right hand side corner. This was sheet 2, you can see here, and this was notes. Now if I want to know the date and time, so I'll just click on date and time. So you can see date and time appearing in the left hand corner. So you see how clean Google Sheet is in making your data getting printed out on a plain paper. It looks nice, it has a heading, it has a sheet name, it has a page number, you have your data formatting done properly, you have the date and time when you are getting it print. Yes. So this gives a wow feeling once you get a printout of the same. So I click on next. Yes. Now I can print it to a printer. Yeah, if I have an attached printer, or I can save it to a PDF file. Yeah. So suppose I want to print all these pages to a PDF file in a color manner. So I'll say print. Can see this is PDF file. It will ask me to save the file. So I'll save it on my desktop. Yeah. Name it as I love Google Sheet. Save. Pretty simple, and I have got my Google data to be printed on a PDF file onto my desktop. Yeah, or I can print it directly to a printer on my pages.